in his hometown, inside his own gym. The WEC Featherweight champion, Urijah Faber, prepares for the fight of his life. For the one they call the California Kid, there has never been a test like this. Despite his 20-1 record, despite his dominant victories, there are still those who doubt the best pound-for-pound cage fighter in the world. One day at a time, he is on a mission to prove those critics wrong. The living legend who will take on Urijah Faber's challenge is none other than Little Evil himself. Jens Pulver is hungrier than anyone can remember, and more dangerous than ever. He has never lost at 145, and he doesn't intend to now. In front of the California Kid's entire home city, both will be under pressure like never before. As one fights for his legacy.
In the cage, man, I don't know how to back down. I know how to move forward.
And the other fights for respect.
It's my time to keep the belt, to prove to everyone that I'm no joke.
Every split second, every crucial minute, and each agonizing hour will count. In the moments outside the cage, leading up to the greatest fight in WEC history. Located in a cauldron-like setting, Sacramento has always been tougher than its appearance. From the brutal gold rush times that founded California to today's politics, this is a town that knows how to fight. Just 6 blocks from the capital, inside his gym at 17th and I Street, Urijah Faber is out to prove once and for all that he is even tougher than he looks as well. Close friend and gym co-owner Matt Fisher is always the first to step up and testify when anyone is foolish enough to doubt the champion.
There's never been a fighter that is so ready all the time. There's no off season, and I think that's one of the things that is so amazing. There's no getting ready for a fight. He could take a fight whenever. He's always in the same shape. He doesn't blow up like some of these guys and have to lose a bunch of weight. He's freaking ripped 24/7, 365 days a year.
Wearing a wool hat as he skips rope on a 90-degree day is the man Faber will most count on for advice. Known simply as Master Tong, this Thai trainer somehow uses only the language of fighting to overcome his limited English.
Good, Joseph, very good.
Another entourage member, sparring partner Joseph BENAVIDEZ, may be the most important of all, as he helps the champion inside the ring.
As far as boxing's come a long way, lots of people haven't seen a lot of his stand-up game. It's actually really good, perfect for MMA. Trains it good, he's super fast, super athletic, big shots. He's not standing in one place. Really good movement.
The champion is well aware that he will need both movement and big shots to go toe-to-toe with Jens Pulver standing up.
I can take and give out punches, so I'm ready for whatever.
Whatever is currently 1,600 miles away, training like a madman inside the place he calls simply the garage. Jens Pulver and boxing coach Jeff PEREZ are constantly honing Little Evil's biggest weapon, his left hand.
The thing about the left hand and what's been carried on and what it goes to is, it's there. Everybody knows it. They're starting, they block it, they wait on it, they think I'm one-dimensional. The reality is, and they all understand, the left hand, if it does go through, I've rocked people, it's unforgiving. If it hits clean, it's unforgiving.
What's the best his left hand's ever fought since I've been doing this for. Everybody's worried about his left hand. Urijah knows it's there, and I'm sure he'll be looking for it. You're going to see it all. Both fighters have said that I don't think it'll go the distance. It might be over real quick.
I don't get 162 games. I don't get 80 games. I get 4 months to be on for 1 day.
Can't quit.
No, I mean, the ones that say I'm old and washed up, we'll find out. The ones that say I'm no good, we'll find out. Gotta have somebody to prove wrong.
Pulver's workouts are impressive, but according to Faber, Little Evil has some work to do if the 5'7" fighter is going to get down to 145 pounds.
Last time I saw Jens, we had our face-to-face photo shoot, and he was basically looking pretty heavy, and I was just back from Hawaii training with BJ Penn, and Jens was kind of saying, man, that's not a California tan, that's a Hawaiian brown. Asked him how much he weighed, and tried to get him to step on the scale, and he wasn't having it.
Next, both mixed martial arts warriors get into crunch time as the countdown to the fight brings hours of punishment. And later, the remarkable story of unheralded champion Miguel Angel Torres, as Outside the Cage shows exactly what it takes to survive and thrive in the WEC.
Jens and I both went to the last WEC, did some interviews.
He's got what I want. I really want to get after that title. I want to win that title. I want to take that title.
We both made some promises.
I can't wait to fight. You got 2 warriors going at it, 2 alpha males, and 2 folks that are going to be remembered in the sport for a long time.
I'm coming on the ground. I'm coming with the boxing. I'm coming with the kicks.
I wouldn't blink during the fight.
As each day, hour, and second passes by, the intensity becomes fiercer for both Jens Pulver and Urijah Faber.
I gotta train harder than my opponent.
For the champion, groundwork each morning is a chance to practice his most feared weapon, his guillotine.
I definitely think that Jens needs to be a little fearful of the ground game. I don't think he's at my level, and I'm not really concerned with him submitting me. When it goes to the ground, that's gonna be my world. I finished quite a few of my fights with the guillotine.
Urijah Faber completely rocked his world.
And I've got a lot of variations of it.
Urijah Faber has done it again.
More and more, I'm starting to utilize other stuff,
A devastating drop.
but that's my go-to move.
As Urijah easily wraps his prey into submission, cornerman DUSTIN ACBARI predicts the ground game will be the fight's decisive factor.
My prediction's either ground and pound or submission, just depends which one Urijah feels like. If Jens brings his A game, second round. If he brings anything other than that, it's first round. Yeah, it's gotta suck for Jens. Don't wanna be in your shoes.
Halfway across the country, former All-American wrestler Pulver is training and game planning to make sure Team Faber's confidence in the champ's guillotine is unwarranted.
To get a guillotine, you gotta know when you got it. Urijah's guillotine's tough, especially when the way he snaps it down like a wrestler. I know what he's doing. I was just training it there. Knowing it and executing it, 2 different things. And he'll try things like that, and they'll land. You know, it's a hit and miss game. It's just, are you willing to pay the price if you miss?
One thing Jens Pulver wants to make perfectly clear is that he is now willing to pay whatever price it takes to get back to being on top. Groundwork is just the beginning to his rigorous day, and as he exercises, one thing is constantly on his mind.
I was a world champion.
You talk about swinging for the fences.
I was at one time considered the best 155-pounder there was.
First round knockout, Jens Pulver.
I was a legend of the sport. I was a UFC undefeated fighter for 7 fights. I was all these things, but the truth is, what am I now? What can I be now? That's the quest that I'm on. That's what I'm chasing after. I'm the guy everybody's starting to tell, you're over the hill. You're the older guy. That's one of those things. I'm taking on the man in his prime, this 28-year-old machine that has finished everybody he fights. I'm not a slouch. I'm not a bum. I can fight. I'm a legend in this sport. If I train like a madman, I'm gonna fight like a madman. And when I fight like a madman, I can't be beat.
Anyone that doubts Jens Pulver's odds in the upcoming fight should spend a day watching him train. And keep in mind that he has never lost at 145. At Ultimate Fitness, the weights often go unused because the California kid prefers to exercise in a different way.
I'm all over the place. I'm running outside. I've got different parks that I go to, different schools and colleges. And my life is just involved in working out, and it's a healthy lifestyle, and that just goes with me wherever I am.
2 weeks before the fight, it seems like Urijah Faber owns the streets of Sacramento, but all that might change.
Urijah's a California kid. Buff, ripped, got the luscious locks. Me, I'm just his mutt. The busted tooth, some of the nastiest cauliflower anybody's ever seen. 2 different colored eyes. Nah, if we're going by looks, I lose. I lose this fight. But you know what? None of that's gonna matter. None of that don't mean nothing when you go in there.
Coming up, Jens Pulver reveals the secret training techniques that are getting him into the greatest shape of his long career. And later, full sparring for Urijah Faber at Ultimate Fitness Gym, with the fight just days away. The biggest fight in the world won't be held in Las Vegas or any other fight mecca. Instead, it will be held in Sacramento, where one proud resident will look to prove all of his critics wrong. With the fight now just 10 days away, Urijah Faber's training continues at full force. Cage fighters use unconventional training techniques like this one to try to hone every muscle in their body. While Urijah Faber's strenuous tire hammer drill isn't unusual by WEC standards, the champion is unaware his opponent is seeking out even more challenging drills half a country away. Improbably located in a suburban strip mall that looks like anywhere USA is Jens Pulver's secret weapon, CFX. The former champion hopes that Cairo Fitness Extreme will be the difference maker in the upcoming fight.
Go.
Under the watchful eye of Taskmaster Shauna Nyland,
3, 2, 1.
Jens Pulver is put through an excruciating routine.
Split lunges.
See, I thought I was having a hernia. You actually just hit a spot.
The easiest day is the day of the fight. I mean, that's the day I actually get to sleep all day and then go fight for 25 minutes. Shoot, I'm past 25 minutes now and I got 5 more hours to go.
Of all the self-inflicted punishment, the grip strength exercises may be the worst. Not only are the reps on slippery obstacles difficult, they also rip away skin. And Pulver's not doing one 30-second rep. He's doing 3 straight supersets.
It's all grip. And that rope, number one, you want to slide down it. It's so easy to slide down. You really have to get squeezed in there to do 10. The one thing a lot of people don't know is the stronger the grip, the harder you punch. And unfortunately for a lot of guys, I never trained grip before this fight. So I hit twice as hard, hands down, now than I've ever in my life.
Jens Pulver has never made much of a secret that he hates training. But if this agony gets him into the best shape of his life at 32, it will all be worth it. Back at their gym, Faber and Master Tong engage in a 30-minute hardcore mitt session. It is this routine 6 days a week that has forged the California kid into a much better fighter since he became champion. As they work, the non-English speaking teacher translates his knowledge directly into Urijah's fists. Back in Iowa, inside Champion's gym, the writing on the wall poses the biggest question of all for Jens Pulver. Can he become champ again?
I said it's one of those he can, but will he? What Jens is going to show up? Little Evil? Jens Pulver? Or Johnny right in the middle?
In order to summon Little Evil on a daily basis, Pulver is working out with an additional coach as he tries to perfect his technique.
Boom, twist, hop. Twist, twist. Yeah. 1, 2. Good, straight across.
Well, they put on the board April, May, June, July, and it's a good way of people write down who's got what coming up, because, you know, we got so many fighters in here. Somewhere up there says June 1st, and it puts Pulver wins the WEC belt. And you write that, God no, that's like jinxing. When it comes to the belt, I'm real superstitious. I won't touch a WEC title. I won't, you know, the first one I want to touch is mine. So that's what that is.
Next, the two camps engage in full sparring as friends become training dummies. In preparation for the most important featherweight bout of all time. If you think your local municipal pool would be a strange place to see a WEC cage fighter, you'd be right. As bizarre as it looks to see Jens Pulver doing laps next to the gray hair crowd, the truth is, he often looks out of place anywhere but the cage. And it's not just the swimming that gets him into shape, but an aquatic fighting routine as well.
Just having the resistance, you know what I mean? It's hard to throw knees, harder to throw kicks, balance in the pool. It's just good resistance. It's like having a parachute when you're running sprints, you know?
While Jens completes his underwater MMA, 2 time zones away, on the streets of Sacramento, Urijah Faber claims he doesn't care what his opponent is up to.
It's not about who can talk the biggest game. It's not about who thinks the other guy's better or worse. It's about who's gonna go out there and perform. I don't think too much about my opponent in particular, because it's all the same to me.
For every MMA fighter, full sparring is the time of the week when they get to gauge their strength for real.
Basically, I think Urijah is going to win 100%. And then as far as rounds and finishes and stuff, I know it's not going to go to decision. I just don't see anyone going 5 rounds with him. End of the first round, second round, third round, when people start going down to their 80%, 70%, Urijah's still at 100, if not more. He warmed up and went over. People are going to be surprised by all the different submissions he has, as well as his knockout power.
From the way they practice, it is clear neither fighter wants this fight to go to a decision. As Jens rotates through partners in 5 one-minute rounds of takedown drills. Last up is Spencer Fisher, the fighter that knows him the best.
Jens proved, by taking the 55 title, that he's definitely capable of fighting with the big guys. 45 is his natural weight class for him to be down there. He's a big 45er, so going down there, he's going to be probably the biggest and strongest guy out there, and he definitely has the hands and wrestling skills to back it up. So I just think this is his division, and he'll own it.
Welcome to the world of the little evil.
After the sparring sessions, the contrast between the two fighters remains stark. While Urijah Faber's buddies hang around the gym and watch old fights, the California kid himself is nowhere to be seen. Faber feels no need to study tape of Little Evil. Meanwhile, in his basement lounge, Jens Pulver clearly finds value in studying his opponent, and at the moment, he's not impressed.
I sure ain't worried about him knocking me out. I damn sure don't mind wrestling with him. He's gonna enforce his will on me, and I gotta enforce my will on him. I mean, I guess that's what I said about this fight. It's gonna probably end quick because, the one thing about me that everybody understands and knows as we go here, I don't back up. I might jump back for a second, but my ultimate goal is I constantly move forward. If this guy's pushing me back and beating me in the process, that's gonna suck. So really, you're gonna take 2 rounds, we're gonna say go, and bam, we're gonna hit. See who can impose whose will. I love that game. Every jab starts to impose the will. Every left hand, every shot blocked, every time we pummel, the whole 9, it's imposing your will. And that's exactly my game plan, is to go out there and get after him from the word go. I'm not gonna sit there and worry about how bad this punch hurts or how bad this kick hurts or nothing like that. I just want to stay smart, stay focused, and keep moving forward.
Moving forward means one thing to Jens Pulver, and he's only a win away from achieving that goal. Next, the story of a tough-as-nails Mexican-American who fights for both his father and pride as he tries to change East Chicago one punch at a time. And then, 2 incredible warriors complete their training as the showdown arrives.
Urijah Faber has done it and done it again in grand fashion.
Imagine placing yourself in Urijah Faber's shoes right now. 20,000 volts of electricity running up your spine.
In Sacramento, this is the place to be. Being in a place like this, it's gonna be electric. I love fighting as it is, but just the added incentives of being here, my belt on the line, it's just an incredible feeling. Just being here now gives me goosebumps.
In addition to Faber, another WEC champion, bantamweight Miguel Angel Torres, will defend his title. And the man on the undercard may as well inhabit an entirely different world in Sacramento. If you don't think East Chicago is a tough town, then you've probably never been here. But inside this nondescript gym, there is a Mexican-American fighter who is trying to change this city in his own way. The first thing to notice about Torres' training sessions is how incredibly loud they are. But the second thing is how dedicated he is.
People would always tell me I would always overcondition myself. I'd always overtrain. But for me, I don't see it as overtraining. For me, when I train and I get fatigued and I get hurt, it gives me a mental edge over my opponent.
It is in part these workouts that have finally made Torres the #1 bantamweight in the world.
And we have a new champion in the bantamweight division. This guy's had a road.
His official record is 33-1. But some believe over his long career, he may have more than 50 wins. All the years of fighting finally paid off on February 13th, when the 27-year-old took on Chase Beebe for the belt.
Nice. Oh,
Connects with a big knee to the face of Beebe.
this guy's no joke.
He has a shoulder lock, Pete Williams style. Switch to an arm bar to a shoulder lock.
Oh, my.
Incredible.
Even though it took him 11 years to get a shot at this title, Torres was extremely confident going into the bout.
I knew he'd be in trouble because fighting me is like fighting an octopus in quicksand. You know, eventually we're gonna get, on the ground and we're gonna get in the clinch, and I'm gonna outlast you. And I'm gonna have more cardio than you will, and I'm gonna outstrike you or outgrapple you. And it's a pretty dangerous situation.
Now, at last, getting recognized as one of the top 10 pound-for-pound fighters in the world, Torres believes his entire life has prepared him to defend the WEC title. The focused fighter returns to the gym every night to perfect technique with coach EUGENIO Calderon.
Miguel's just in the best shape of his life right now. He's trained hard, he's always working out, always staying fit. So coming up to a fight, it's just another day. He's always just pushing himself to the next level, and this is it. He's ready to defend that title.
There isn't much this 5'9", 135-pound fighter fears, including sparring with partners that easily weigh 100 pounds more than him. In fact, the biggest worry for Torres right now may be that he fights an unknown to him, Yoshiro Maeda. Maeda is a top 10 bantamweight who has built a 22-4-2 record by preferring to stand up and knock out his opponents. But Torres doesn't care.
I know once I hit him a couple times, we're gonna end up getting to the ground. Once we get to that clinch, I know it's gonna hit the ground. And when we get done, I'm gonna show him something he's never seen before.
Incredible.
This guy's Beebe is forced to tap out.
Next to his battle photos that show how much he's endured over the years, there are pictures and hand-drawn art that tell another side of the bantamweight.
The kid program that I run, I started about 2.5 years ago. I started teaching them Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. And that made my whole game change when I started teaching children, because I had to, help these kids understand these concepts of ground fighting. I could just imagine in 10 years when I have these, 10 and 11-year-olds, they're gonna be 21 years old and they'll be world champions. And they can say that they started out with me. And that makes me feel real good.
Another thing that makes Torres feel good is if the kids don't have enough money to pay, he teaches them anyway, because he knows his downtrodden community needs the help. The fighter's values come from his family and his inspirational father.
Everything he does, he tries to do the right way. He's tried to install that to me ever since I was young. You know, if you're gonna do something, do it right. And, you know, I fight, so I train, I gotta train right, I gotta train hard, I gotta do it right, I gotta fight the right way.
To me, now he considers myself, but he's one of the best fighters I ever see.
Nice.
I think he's gonna do well, and I think he's gonna win the fight.
I think he's right. Smart guy.
Torres clearly shares his father's intelligence. 3 years ago, he started out with half of this 800-square-foot room. Then he took all of it over, and now, after this fight, he will move into a 7,000-square-foot space. According to another WEC champion, this impressive bantamweight is just getting started.
Miguel Torres, he's extremely well-rounded as a fighter in all aspects of the game. There's guys that are pretty good at everything, but he's very good at everything, and he's a true world champion, I feel. I'm excited about watching him reign for a bit as a champion and kind of make his mark on the world.
Next, the reason why Urijah Faber and Jens Pulver fight, as the days outside the cage become so few that both can practically taste fight night. With the WEC Featherweight Championship growing bigger every day, Urijah Faber and Jens Pulver resume their hardcore training Monday morning at 2 very different locations. The Taskmasters at CFX have introduced an even more extreme superset workout for Pulver. In addition to all of these drills, there is one workout even more demanding that Pulver thinks will allow him to sterilize Faber.
I got these balls, I don't need his balls. I might kick him though one time. Gotta test his fortitude. His tennis ball seems to really just focus on your hands. And the idea is you're trying to hold the bar, but you got these tennis balls in the way, so one, you don't have that stability, and two, what he's trying to do is rip your hand apart. Here you can form a good hook, and you can hold that bar pretty, a lot easier. With that tennis ball, it's peeling apart, and you start to feel it. I didn't even know there was like muscles, working muscles in the palm of your hand, and they said it was supposed to hurt the forearm, but no way, man. This thing is straight grip. It's all your hand. And that ball is just wrestling against it. The tighter this is, the harder it punches. You grab a hold of something right there, and that's the first thing they're always trying to do is they're trying to pry that hand apart.
You got the choke set up already. Oh, wow, it is tight.
The power builds from here all the way up to your fingers. The stronger your fingers, it's all one working mechanism. They have a stronger grip, stronger form to be able to tie up, especially you're going against a wrestler.
And he has to tap.
This is what it's going to be all day. This is what it's all about. It's hands, inside, outside position, locking, pummeling. That's why we're doing this.
As he pummels his latest sparring partner into the ground, the champion's confidence is as high as ever. But he's not fooling himself. He knows that his legendary opponent will not be intimidated.
I don't think Jens is afraid in the least bit. He doesn't care if he gets knocked out or choked out. He's going for a good fight.
Never give anyone a mental edge in practice.
I know he's not scared, and I'm sure he knows I'm not scared. Try to rip each other's heads off.
This man sitting in the far corner as Urijah Faber practices in the weeks before fight night is more than just a casual observer. He is the reason why Urijah fights. When Theo Faber watches his son practice, he says he thinks of one thing: could I do that? At age 55, the general contractor still works hard day in and day out. And today, his worksite is just blocks from the gym. Theo Faber makes it clear his son was born with what it takes to be a champion, and all he needed from there was a little push.
He was always balls to the wall, always. The football coach was also the wrestling coach, and he saw that Urijah was very competitive and very coordinated. He got that coordination from me. I'm always on roofs and, stuff like that. When he used to come over to my house, we'd always watch fighting. And we always noticed that the wrestlers did really good. And I'd say, Urijah, look at the wrestlers, how they're doing. The wrestling translated really good to the mixed martial arts.
While Urijah Faber has always been proud of his name clearly on display on the streets of Sacramento, Jens Pulver hasn't been as lucky.
I could have got rid of the name Pulver, but I was like, no, I'm gonna keep this, and I'm gonna keep it to make my mom proud, my little brother proud, my family proud, as far as that last name. I mean, it represented a lot of bad things: alcoholism, abuse, crime, drugs. I was like, well, I'm gonna change that. And I did. I set out to change the name. Me and my mother, we worked too hard, just to give it up. So, yeah, it's about my name. Rather than hiding from it, it's about changing it.
Those that think Jens Pulver is evil have them all wrong. What is indisputable is that Pulver is 8-0 at his natural weight of 145, and the fact that if he wins this fight, the former champion will be on top of the world once again. Next, the final rounds of training turn out to be the most hardcore of all, as the MMA legend and the hometown hero prepare to collide in the cage. Both Urijah Faber and Jens Pulver's last fights were against opponents who disrespected them, enemies who questioned their abilities. And when they finally got to step inside the cage, a fury of anger was unleashed.
And he has to tap. One mistake, and Cub Swanson knows it.
Jens Pulver annihilated Cub Swanson in a mere 35 seconds. And Urijah Faber never looked in trouble against Jeff Curran.
Never see this position again. Urijah Faber's up on his feet and he throws him hard.
Here comes the heavy blow.
Be careful.
Just see that elbow.
Urijah Faber having it too deep, and that's it.
He did some stuff that looked like it was out of the Matrix.
Now just days away from facing off against each other, those last fights are distant memories, as they focus everything on the fight dead ahead. At CFX for the final day of workouts, the trainers have come up with an outside drill that Little Evil cannot believe. Tire drags over broken pavement that fights him every step of the way. That tire weighs 250 pounds, and in the last repetition, those 250 pounds connect directly with Pulver's teeth.
I I laughed hard. I chipped every tooth in my mouth.
Adding insult to injury, Pulver has to do one last exercise.
I made a mistake a long time ago saying that the day fighting becomes a job is the day I'll quit. No. The day fighting becomes a job is the day I'm gonna do a good-ass job.
The truly amazing thing about Pulver's schedule is that it doesn't stop. He continues working out with a face full of chipped teeth at the garage. But to Pulver, that's nothing. He's broken his left hand 15 different times. No one doubts Jens Pulver's pain threshold, but as both camps complete their training, the two men in this garage doubt how much pain the kid in California can handle.
He hasn't fought anybody like me. Not yet. I blast hard, I fight hard, I get beat, I get up, I try again. I win when I'm not supposed to. There's only one me. I'm the only little evil there is.
With training finally complete, the only thing left to do is prepare.
As the days get closer to the fight, I get a little bit more intense. Not such a long, drawn-out day. And then the last couple days, I just kind of relax and enjoy all my friends and family being around. I don't cut much weight, so I'll be eating good food and look forward to my battle.
You gotta go to this man's home and you gotta take that belt. And that's what's gonna make this so much fun. Can't wait to get in there and just mix it up. I want these hands just to hit. I wanna get hit. I wanna exchange shots. I wanna exchange wrestling, knees, kicks. I wanna fight, period. I wanna wear the belt. I wanna be called the champ. That's it.
As Sacramento braces for an epic WEC battle, the fight is already being previewed at one unexpected place.
So they're making a movie trailer for this fight. It's gonna be pretty cool. They'll be showing it in the theaters. Makes sense, this is as the making of a cool movie. Two champions, different backgrounds. Looking to duke it out. It's about respect. It's about finding out who the best person in the world is. And I'm willing to do anything to make sure that it's me. And when I get in there, it's gonna be like a fight to the death.
Completely rocked his world.
Tooth and nail, and I'll fight until I can't move anymore.
In the end, who you choose to root for may say more about you than them. Are you the kind of person that roots for the underdog? The man who has been fighting every step of his 32 years? Or do you prefer heroes who make it all look easy when it never really is? Choose one and then realize it won't matter. Because the cage doesn't care what you think. The cage doesn't care about anyone.
I want to fight for myself, and I want to fight against Father Time. I want to get in there. I want to be this world champion. I am not going to get finished early. I'm not going to get finished. I'm confident. I'm ending this fight. One thing that's guaranteed, I've never been to a decision. It's not going to start in this one. I need this belt. I want this belt. I'm taking this belt.
My only prediction for the fight is that I'm coming home with the belt.